Hi, this is Steve Fried from the Farm Progress Show. I have Becca Zuckert from ADM Grain Origination. Steve Fried at the Farm Progress Show, and this is John Tuttle from Bronc Grain. Hi, this is Steve Fried at the Farm Progress Show. I'm with Kelly Schwalbe from John Deere. And Steve Fried at the Farm Progress Show. We have Monsanto representative Kelly Schwalbe. Steve Fried from the Farm Progress Show. Steve Fried at the Farm Progress Show with Max Zuckert. Max, how many years have you been doing the Farm Progress Show?
Well, it's hard to recall. I guess right out of college, I went to work for the Illinois Farm Bureau, Steve, so the first one I attended was in the fall of '75. I suppose in total over all of those years, I've been to maybe 25 to 30 Farm Progress shows. Everybody has a bad weather story to share, that's for sure.
At this year's Farm Progress Show, what have you heard that's new for farmers?
There's a lot of talk, of course, about data. We're getting so much data now available coming out. They started getting it from the combine monitors, and it's coming from so many different sources. Of course, how to manage it, how to interpret it, how to control it, whose hands should it belong to, who actually owns the data, that kind of thing. There's a lot of talk about that. We just have so much information available to us now. How can we utilize it to become even more efficient in the business of farming?
What's new with John Deere this year?
Oh, we're very excited. We have a lot of new equipment that we're launching this year. We've got everything from a new high horsepower forage harvester to new hay and forage equipment to a new large square baler.
Well, Steve, we've introduced a new grain bed to the market. We actually did it beginning in 2014. We refer to it as the Everest grain bed, but there's three principal areas we worked on. Really increasing the strength of the equipment with everybody's system from on-farm to commercial being bigger. The equipment is bigger and heavier. So now we have more carrying capacity on the peak of our rows, up to 150,000 pounds.
So we're always looking for new ways to help farmers sell and market their grain, and multiple services that we provide. So one of the things is we offer mini cash contracts to farmers. We also offer some specialty contracts that are unique to ADM, and right now that would be ASP and the ADM Advantage program. Any more information, please talk to an ADM merchandiser at your local facility for that.
So I think Monsanto's really recognized that we need to do a better job with farmers and helping farmers advocate for themselves and the technologies that they use. Some of the things that we've been working on in collaboration with the rest of the biotech industry are things like the GMO Answers website, where anybody can go ask a question about agriculture, GMOs, chemical safety, and it's become a great resource for me. When my friends and family ask a question about safety, I go straight there and I say, you know what, here's what I think, but here's what a third party thinks as well.
There is a lot of nervousness about government and what it does with data. As you know, some parts of the western U.S. we hear from ranchers quite often because they've had to deal with the Bureau of Land Management, the Forest Service, some of the agencies. And there is nervousness about it. What will happen with that, how government might put its hands on it, what the USDA could do with it, and how intrusive government might be because of maybe the loss of control of that data.
Yeah, I would say I think for a lot of farmers and a lot of us in the industry, you have this need and this desire to make sure you always get all the information and all the answers correct.
The purpose of the ADM Unilever Soy Sustainability Program would be to document that the farmers within our supply shed are using sustainable practices, which we believe that they are, but it's documenting that for Unilever, which allows them through their Hellmann's Mayonnaise brand to be a voice for the producer and express to everyone who's not familiar with agriculture the different practices that producers do.
What have the farmers been telling you about this year's crop yields and things like that?
Man, I bet you've had the same reaction I have. The sad stories about bad crop yields are almost non-existent. I found one grower in North Carolina a few weeks ago. He wound up under the eye of Hurricane Arthur. Yeah, he had a flattened field, but as you know, it's just a very unusual year. Guys would kind of look around and say, I've got 90 bushel beans potentially, and they're not bragging about it. They're just being very, very honest. So the expectations certainly are high, and they seem to really coincide with the weekly crop figures.
We've set a goal by the company to sustainably source all of our commodities by 2020. And in the U.S., soy oil is our #1 commodity. This is a really top priority for us. And the great thing about this is not only getting to know the farmers working with them, but being able to tell the story to the consumers that
showing them where their food comes from, because that's a really big issue for most consumers these days.
How do farmers contact ADM Grain Origination? ADM.com?
Sure, adm.com/farmers will have all that information on there. You can type your zip code in, and that will bring up all the facilities within, I believe, a 50-mile radius of your hometown. That'll give you phone numbers and email addresses where you can actually just go directly to us here.
Thank you.
So, thank you.